Welcome to the channel. I'm Matt the Lizard, your guide today. We're at beach access number 3 in Panama City Beach, Florida. You have to forgive if there's any wind noise. We just had a storm roll through, not a hurricane. We escaped Hurricane Idalia. My heart goes out to anyone who had damage from them to the east of us. It's just a thing you learn to live with in Florida. All right, let's take a look around, see what we can find. It stormed out here yesterday. We still have a lot of clouds in the sky, probably some thunderstorms coming today, this Labor Day weekend, tomorrow being Labor Day. We do have a bunch of tourists in town. We thought that a bunch would come during Hurricane Idalia to escape, but we were so close to the outlying areas of the cone that I think people used other areas like Orlando and stuff like that to escape the hurricane or the potential hurricane damage. You can see how rough our water is. Technology mishap. The camera fell. You can see offshore. We're probably going to get more storms today. You can see a storm rolling in. I did hear a little bit of thunder. So it's probably time to get out of the water. As you know, as many of you are aware, Jimmy Buffett passed away recently. I was never a huge fan of his music, but the lifestyle he always sung about and talked about is appealing to many. When I first moved to Panama City Beach about 25 years ago, I was so amazed by all the people who dressed like Jimmy Buffett, or in the style of Jimmy Buffett, or Papa Hemingway. I never really fit either of those categories. I don't really have style. But if you read some of his lyrics, it does kind of describe the Gulf area. As a matter of fact, I think like on Wikipedia, they call his music Gulf and Western, which basically describes it very well. I mean, all music is folk music, depending on its origins. And his origins were Pascagoula, Mississippi, which is not very far from here. He has restaurants up and down the coast. He even has a housing development and a resort that are in construction, or I think they've sold a bunch, and maybe there's some people living there already. But just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, check this guy out. You know he's playing a Jimmy Buffett song. You know he is. Now, luckily, we can't really hear him. I wouldn't want to get a copyright strike. But this guy is living the dream on a Sunday morning, for sure. Yo! Yo! I don't know, maybe he didn't want to be filmed, which I understand. That's cool. If anybody ever has any questions about rentals or condos in the area, and they want to kind of see what it looks like, because we all know websites, pictures can be deceiving, I'll be happy to give you a tour. I'm parked at a public parking next to Treasure Island condo. I wouldn't say new, but it's newer than a lot here. When we had a building boom in 2006, I believe this was built close to then. At one time, Panama City Beach had the record for construction cranes. You couldn't get a construction crane anywhere else in the country because they were all here. Nice place. You're paying for the view, of course, that $1 million view. That's what everyone wants. Some people like a condo. Some people like a little beach cottage, townhome. There's something for just about every price point. It just comes down to what do you want to do when you're here. The main event is the beach. Something else worth noting, you notice the colors? You can see everything's painted a different color. If I had to guess, I would assume it's because they're following a Caribbean tradition, which usually has to do with the brighter colors, the pastel colors, reflecting light and reflecting heat, where it's extremely hot. And whereas it probably is that way here to some extent, it's probably just more of a stylistic thing. But every building looks different. Even in a group of townhomes, you'll see a bunch of different colors. And I think that's part of the charm. All right, behind me is the Seychelles condominium, built probably close to the same time as Treasure Island. Pretty nice little place. A lot of the newer places go what I guess we could call resort style. They want you to check in and basically never leave. There's everything you need on site, even a little store. You can Uber Eats anything that they don't have. There's parking, and there's even a restaurant nearby. I'm learning slowly what it means to become a YouTuber. YouTuber problems. Pressure washers, lawn blowers, large trucks, wind. These are all things that kind of affect the sound. But that's okay. I'm not Francis Ford Coppola. We can all guess what the paw prints mean. Dog's gotta have a place to go too, I guess. The spot near where I'm at has a lot of restaurants. If there's a restaurant that you've heard about online and you have any questions about it, I'll be happy to go there and eat and let you know what I think. Typically, I don't do restaurant reviews just for the basic reason that if I say something bad, I wouldn't want it to come back to haunt me, because it is a small little town. I work for a small business and I don't want people saying bad stuff to me about me online. You know, if you have a problem with the business, you got to vote with your dollars. Just don't go there. Or if it's a problem that can be addressed, talk to management at the time. I mean, isn't that pretty basic? It's not a big deal. You know, people can make mistakes. Always give people a way to correct it. Okay, I decided to eat breakfast at the Blue Top, a waffle shop today. Looks good, smells really good. Let's go inside and see what they got.
What, butter mayonnaise?
Butter would be great.
Any grits or hash browns, or just a sandwich?
Just a sandwich, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well here we are at the Blue Top. This is the place that all the, reportedly all the boat captains eat at. I saw one of them that I know when I came in here. Very neighborhood place. A lot of locals. There might be some tourists in here, but it's definitely a locals place. But really clean. Alright, last time I asked a question to get everyone's opinion about eating with a fork, you know, the overhand versus underhand method. This week, I want to ask about parking spots. Do you pull straight into a parking spot or do you back into a parking spot? I pull straight in. I just think it's weird when people back in. The one side of it, they say, well, it's easier to pull out, less likely to have an accident when you're pulling out. But I would think that that is offset by the fact that you could cause an accident by pulling in. My motorcycle's actually been hit by somebody doing that. You know, it's kind of hard to see. It's smaller than a car. But what are your thoughts? Put your thoughts down in the comments. I want to know, do you back in, pull in, or it doesn't matter? There's a sign that you're in a small town restaurant where everybody knows each other. Check out the glasses. It's possible they were left behind. A couple of them look like readers. It's probably to help people see the menu. It's brightly lit in here, but every once in a while it would be nice to have a little bit of help reading the small print.
Hello, Betty.
They made me a bacon sandwich without egg, of course, cheese, on wheat bread. It smells really good. Well, that's the end of breakfast at the Blue Top. My review is, I think it was really, really good. Good portion size, was not overly greasy, and it was affordable. I highly recommend it. Stop on and see it. Well, that's our video for this time. Thank you for watching very much. I'm starting to get more and more viewers, more and more subscribers. That does help. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit like down below. And if you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe. If you want to especially request something in Panama City Beach that you want me to film, I'll be happy to try and entertain requests unless I start getting a whole bunch of them. So, that's it from me, Matt the Lizard, out.